And we're back with another episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy IV, my redo of Final Fantasy IV, the PC version that just came out on Steam. And we just left off. Kane is missing, which isn't a surprise, man, because, you know, Kane totally just ran away like a bit. No, I'm just kidding. We got thrown into a big earthquake thanks to this little girl. And, like, the fact that she just totally raged out, which either you find hilariously funny, or you just kind of sit there and go, ow! So, yeah, that just went down. Freaking great way to ruin my day, man. So, we are now making our way forward. Sorry, I'm adjusting volume for myself here. Hail, traveler! Oh, my. I've not seen a child so pale. Please get her to bed. You needn't worry about payment. You can pay me later in naughty services. My pardons. Alright, so anyway, this little girl we found summoned a massive dude to pretty much pwn us. But we done bad because we killed her mom. You've woken. You still haven't told me your name. I won't ask you to forgive me. It's my fault you lost your mother. But please, at least allow me to take you someplace safe.
You stupid night person bastard. Kill my family. Murder you in your sleep.
Come on, we know that's what she's thinking. Come on, I mean, you know. But as they say in the old trade, shit happens when you party naked. Let's see here. Uh-oh. It's the Green Police, run! It seems we found you, Lord Cecil. Please, you must listen. His Majesty... Our orders are come directly from His Majesty's own mouth. Surrender the girl, and he will pardon all you've done. The inhabitants of Mist represent a threat to us all. They must not be allowed to live. What? Stand aside. I think I'd rather not. And we are thrown into a battle. Now, you'll bump into a few of these battles throughout the game. The idea is this. If you kill all of the soldiers and not the general, this general will run away. Now, the general has delicious XP, and you guys know how I feel about delicious XP. That's number one. Number two, the general never attacks. He just tells the minions to attack. So there is actually, in like extended versions of the game, or in other various versions of the game, you can actually paralyze him. If you have like a hack of the game and you can have access to hold or paralyze, or even sleep for that matter, he won't be able to get the guys to attack you. But that usually doesn't happen very much in this game. So there goes that fool. As we continue fighting again. So the general is out, which is really strange. I thought that would have taken a little longer to do. Usually it takes longer. We're in hard mode, so it should be hard. But then again, we're also very strong. So I should take a step back at that. We are pretty beefed out here. I am the beef.
I'm sorry, it's all my fault.
Yeah, it is your fault. You've done nothing to apologize for. It is I who've wronged you, and apologies cannot right the things I've done.
But you protected me. My name's Rydia.
And she is a summoner. Wearing a bathing suit? Anyway, Rydia. The summoner Rydia joins the party. Yay! And thus, an apprentice summoner is the achievement of the day. Let's take a look at Pate and make sure she is in what I consider to be a safe place. Yeah, she's fine there. So she comes in surprisingly at level 7 in this version. Normally she comes in at level 1. No, wait, maybe I'm thinking of a different game. Anywho, she's here, yay, whoop-de-doo. Now, Kaipo is a pretty uneventful town, unfortunately. There's not much here. There's nothing to find, item-wise, so searching the city for items is pretty trivial. But we are looking not for weapons, but for ammo, which is, I guess, on the other side of town. I forget where the layouts are all kind of weird now that, you know, the screen is kind of the way it is. I think it's here. Yeah, there we go. But there's no items to be found in town. Alright, let's get 2 leather caps. And there's a reason to get 2. I'm not going to explain it now because that would be giving things away. But we'll get 1 and equip it on Rydia. Dokily dokily, and there's the inn. Hello, what's your name? I came hoping to find work as a dancer at the Damsian Castle, but the waterway leading there is infested with dangerous monsters. Won't you watch my show in the meantime? Oh yeah! Naked time! Naked time, naked time, naked, 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 naked time, naked time. Oh yeah, wet t-shirt contest. Woo! Take it off! Take it off! Take it. Okay, never mind. Alright, you're a horrible man, I know.
Oh, hello again, Cecil. What I am doing here, you ask? Well, as luck would have it, I accidentally dropped all my maps and pens into the huge fissure that opened up near the Valley of Mist. Having lost the ability to map, the name Mapping Way seems rather inappropriate. But I don't really know what to do next. I'm taking some time to reevaluate my life now.
Mapping Way becomes Living Way the verb. Whatever, God.
I've just...
Whoa, that was Cartmanish in there.
I've just been spending my days looking over the pages of this bestiary with no particular trade to call my own. Would you like to view the bestiary?
Yeah, may as well.
Well, then by all means.
Alright, bestiary. And this is where you find this nonsense. And there's bosses in here too, if you're willing to kind of look through, really dig through this. Again, we can look at this whenever we feel like. But right now, that doesn't mean anything, so we're not going to worry about it. We don't need to view the bestiary right now. Rosa. Oh, Rosa. I don't think it's alright if we do it. Something's wrong with you.
Cecil. Please, Cecil. Be alive. This is for Cecil.
And we obtain the auto potion augment. We're just going to hold on to that. There's no point in using it now. And augment novice.
Cecil. Please, Cecil. Be alive.
Desert fever can be cured by exposure to the light of the Demcyan Sand Pearl. Desert fever, huh? Sounds like a kind of desert STD. Rosie, how dare you! No. Obtaining one, however, is no simple task. They can only be found within a cave where the antlion dwells. Okay. Side of the village completely. Fever on the way from Baron, that little deer. Keeps mumbling the name Cecil over and over. Okay, so we actually have some things that we know. We know that we need to make our way to Damsian. It depends on how you want to pronounce it, but what have you.
Exactly. It seems that you've gotten your hands on an interesting item there, doesn't it?
I'm not using the right voice for him, am I? Fuck it.
It's a rather special kind of item.
There we go.
Known as an augment. Using it on the party members will teach that member an ability. Augments appear in the key items list. Don't forget to use them once you receive them. You can find augments left behind by various people scattered throughout the world. Be sure to keep your eyes open. You'll be glad you did. Until then, well then, until we meet again, bye!
Alright. That was horrible. Horrible reading. My reading is even worse today than it was the last time. Alright. So, now we can leave town. Yay! And outside of town, you may feel safe. Because we've got Rydia, and Rydia knows delicious magic, such as Cure, Hold, Sight. She's got some black magic, and she can summon a Chocobo. Nah. Outside of that, and she's also equipped with an item that gives her free magic attacks, which is known as the Rod. It just does a non-elemental rod attack. Not a big deal. but she's still very vulnerable. She's easily killable and whatnot, so we're gonna grind outdoors with her and build up her levels. There's one enemy in particular you want to avoid at all costs, and that's the sandworm. We have no interest in fighting the sandworms, and won't. So yeah, and speak of the devil, here's the sandworm. So let's get out of there, because they're pretty nasty. What we could do is have Redia paralyze the sandworm, but by the time using hold, but by the time that skill wears off, it won't matter because the enemy will be able to start attacking again, and they can almost one-shot Redia even from that row. So it's just easier to ignore them entirely. Let me see here. Hold on. They did do it, didn't they? They did it. Dead, damn it. They made it so we can't use items? That's bullshit. Or have to use it when she doesn't have it equipped. One or the other. We'll find out in a moment here. Let me see. High potions, alarm, ether. Yeah, it looks like they did. They made it so you can't use staves as an item? That's odd. I'll have to play around with that and figure out what's up with that. I think I'm doing something wrong, but it wouldn't surprise me. So the enemies around here aren't that interesting. You saw the majority of what's out here just now. Well, you can sometimes run into larvae and the butterflies out here as well. And then you saw the evil worm dude. So I mean, between all of that, see, it's not here. Isn't that something? Let's see what happens if she attacks, if she uses the rod. No, she just attacks with it. I'll have to play around with that. We'll look into why that is, because normally you can use the rod as an item in battle, and it usually drops like these crazy looking arrow things, but it's not available in black magic, it's not available in white magic, not available in summon. Attacking didn't do it. Swapping rows is not sure as how I'm not going to do it. It's something in items. No, I did not hit auto battle, so I'll have to look into that. So anyway, I'm going to build up Redia's levels a bit. Maybe up to level 10 or higher, depending on my mood. But there's no point in investing too much into Redia right now, because we're going to get another character that's just as capable. So yeah, we'll probably get her to 10 and then we'll move on. So we'll be right back after we do some of that. So for you guys, we're gonna go to the future. All right, so we've gotten Redia to level 11. I, sometimes lose track of how much I'm leveling. And I just was like, oh yeah, look at that, she's at level 11. So we got her to level 11. She had a little bit of difficulty getting there at first because the enemies were just gunning for her for some reason. And I figured out our problem. For some reason, this version of the game does it kind of Final Fantasy VI go-go-ish, and if you know what I mean by that reference, fucking kudos for you. You gotta go to abilities here, and you have to replace her attack function with item, and then in item it asks what item do you want to put there, and I put rod, and I'm like, okay, well, now rod is there instead of attack. So she does it now, but it's like I had to replace an action command on her list, much like how you customize Gogo's kind of attack list. That's exactly what I had to do here. I had to customize her list, and since it already was full, I just replaced arrows with I replaced rod attack with rod because that's what I want her to do. And speaking of getting fucking dicked over right out the fucking door here, this is like the worst possible situation. Let's swap rows, because that's just bad. Now, this little asshole eyeball tumor looking thing in the corner here, he's pretty hard to deal with. He uses a skill that resurrects enemies around him and shit like that. And usually what the game forces you to do is kill him with some kind of lightning magic. But Redia suffers from not usually being strong enough to penetrate him. So he'll re-rise other enemies. Now this is a good thing and a bad thing all at the same time, because you can get extra XP off of this, I believe. I believe you can. So like, we'll do it again here. Let's see if we can kill it off. There we go. It's dead. And then we'll just use regular attacks to kill off the others. I think it's very dependent on the version. Like, if you were to play the US release, you'd see the creature use the skill, but the skill would actually have no effect. So you're kind of sitting there going, what the fuck was that all about? And then later what you find out is that's exactly what it was all about. It was about, in a sense, getting that sorted out. Alright, we are victorious. You know, and since I don't know how much XP we would have normally gotten, I don't know if that's really a perk or not. Redia is just going to take a lot of damage early on here. And we're just going to have to deal with that as we progress here. Should we get that? Alright, so let's head down and around this way. Now, I did notice, too, that you reveal more of the map in this version than you do the Nintendo DS version. So that's pretty good bonus. Because we have Sahagins here, but we're not... Now, here's the other thing, too. Tiny mages. Don't use magic on them. They're gonna fuck you up! No, really, they like to use osmosis out their ass, and osmosis, whatever the fuck you want to call it, they will take Redia's MP from her, which we don't usually want to have happen. So attacking them with magic is not recommended at all. And you can kind of start seeing the problem that we're having here. Is that the enemies are much stronger than us. I think this is where the game's hard mode curve starts to kick in here. By the way, that grinding session only took about 10-15 minutes for Redia, so it didn't take very long. So if I feel like we're struggling a lot to get through, I might do a mini grind session a little later, but not right now. There's no reason to do it right now. Better places to do that coming up. And that's if I feel I need to really do it. It's mostly debatable. Like I said, I'm going to show all the battles. I normally, in other LPs, I cut kind of random battles out. If I do any grinding sessions, obviously I'll cut out grinding sessions because that's just irrelevant to most of what we're trying to accomplish. So it'll be kind of at my discrepancy of when I decide to cut out fights. When fights start getting very repetitive, that's when we'll do it. But till then, I don't think it's necessary. We get a tent. I've actually been getting a lot of tent drops. I'm gonna use an item here. Alright. Who is this old fuck?
You, knight! You wield the dark sword, do you not? I beg you, lend me your aid.
What's happened?
My daughter Anna was tricked by a silver-tongued bard. He's taken her to Damsian Castle. I fear I've little time. I sense something sinister, and without the use of protection.
Anna, you said. Then you must be Tellah.
The very same.
Tellah, sage. You couldn't put the in there, Tellah, the sage? Okay.
I came in pursuit of my daughter, but I cannot get through the waterway. A great monster lurks in the lake beyond, and it will not let me pass. The devil is strong, I warn you. My magic alone is no match for it, but perhaps with your dark sword as well, we might defeat it. And this girl, a summoner, is she not? And one with quite some potential from the looks of it.
We need to reach Damsian too.
Then the choice is made for us. Let us make haste.
And Tellah joins us. Yay! Hey, Tellah. I'ma tell you. I'm gonna tell you exactly what I think. All right, and we get a preemptive here. So Tellah is a bit strange as a character. He He oddly enough gets some pretty decent attacks, magic, but his magic comes off as decent. Statistically, he's pretty interesting, but there's not much else to really say about him, because he's just another caster. Recall allows him to, in a sense, do exactly what it sounds like. He can cast any kind of spell that he can remember, but so I guess that apparently he's got really bad memory. Let's take a look at him real quick here. So Tellah's level comes into us at level 13. Now, I believe in the original game he comes in at level 20, which is a lot higher, but again, this is hard mode, so maybe they changed it up to let him kind of level with us or what have you. The other thing is he's got some neat items like Gaia gear. Let's actually equip him with the leather cap we bought earlier. And if you want, you could always swap Gaia gear around for Redia, but you don't need to. Magically, he doesn't have Cure, but he has Cura, which is very expensive at 9 MP. Esuna, Raise, Silence, Confuse, Blink, and Teleport. Blink gets kind of useful a little bit later. So he's got that, and Black Magic-wise, he's almost on par, if not closely on par, with Redia. He has about the same amount of MP, but let's look at him statistically. Tellah has 25 intellect, Redia has 9. So when Tellah casts a spell, it's significant and strong. When Redia does, it's not nearly as significant as Tellah's. Doesn't mean she's a bad character by any means. Don't get that misconception going for yourself. Her magic is still quite useful. But when it comes down to who's the stronger spellcaster at the end of the day, it's always going to be Tellah. And it doesn't even hurt sometimes to use his magic outright, just because he has more MP than Redia does currently. What I will tell you about Tellah is this, though, that his stats don't really change that much. And that'll... See, look at that. His fire spell did almost 200 damage. Redia's will do like 30. So that's the trade-off. You have a very powerful Sage caster over one that is more versatile. Becomes... Not more versatile, but... one that's more... I don't even know how to describe it. I fucking ruined it for myself. I just find Tellah to be a little bit stronger with the offensive magic, whereas Redia, I usually use her MP for healing as we traverse this dungeon. So that's really how this is going to play out. You know what? I think these tiny mage are bigger threats. So, anywho, that's what's going on with that. Is it a big deal? Not really, but it is somewhat relevant. And here's the other thing to keep in mind, too. Tellah's really good at taking out the amoeba-looking motherfuckers. Those little eyeball, spiderweb-looking dudes. So, yeah, when we actually have to worry about that kind of stuff, that'll be the best time to worry about it. Alright, let's keep moving. So we don't want to miss the goodies. There we go. Haha! Yo, bitches, we found a stash! With a dry ether, an X potion, and a Phoenix down. The X potion being the best potion in the game, level of potion in the game, as far as healing, only HP healing goes. And a dry ether, which is the best ether style healing item in the game. The best item in the game is the elixir, which heals HP and MP to full, but those are not things that you find very easily early on. So I wouldn't think too much of it. In the battle is won. I don't know why I turned on auto battle. I keep pressing, I like to press the buttons a lot. Alright, so you saw the killer fish. Killer fish are weak to lightning magic, but again, being conservative is probably a better tactic. Let's keep moving. And so we need to now check the upper area of this map. And you'll notice that other map was auto-completed, so, you know, just saying, shit happens. Alright, we'll head down in this way, because it should be enough to reveal the rest of the map. Oh no! Turn off auto battle. I don't even use it, except I only used it early on. I haven't used it since, so it seems kind of pointless. Let's use a stronger... Nope. Just use a stronger heal since we took a pretty good hit this opening fight. Nope. Thunder. The menu's a little rigid. It feels very kind of does its own thing, and I don't feel like I have as much control as I would like over the menu. And the reason I'm not switching staff over is staff doesn't really do much. So, I'd rather him have rod or something. And if I bought a rod in town, that would have been fine too, but it just seems pretty trivial to buy a rod. We're going to get a pretty good upgrade coming up soon anyway. Alright, so we came up here. Game gave us the finger. Let's head down and to the left here. We've seen most of what's here to see. God damn it. Okay, this should be sufficient for the slaying. Oh, we're murdering what look like little children. Which is actually kind of horrible when you think about it. They're just so tiny and I just want to murder them so badly because tiny mages are just so annoying. They are really annoying. I fucking hate them, little bastards. Kill them with fire. Alright, speaking of fire, let's keep moving on. And there's actually another secondary joke to that. So, oh shit. There's a place I missed. God damn it. I'm like, why didn't I get the item? And it's very obvious. You can see it's all the way in the northeast. I didn't go all the way northeast. Like a dumbass, I didn't go all the way northeast. Alright, well, it is what it is. What are you gonna do about it, you know? Shit happens when you party naked, which I do on a frequent occasion. It's good. It's good. It's a healthy release. It's killing time. It's killing time. Oh, that was a mistake. I totally forget that. So there you go. You got to see Needle in action there from the Sword Rat. If you can't kill him in one shot, don't try to kill him at all. Let someone else do it. And Tellah leveled, his strength goes down. Okay, so they're making him level with the party. In other Final Fantasy games, he's usually a very high level. But it appears they lowered his level to make him, I guess, more plausible of a character. Because, you know, whenever I would play, I swear, guys, and correct me if I'm wrong, he usually comes in at like level 20, and as a level 20 character, nice, and we get 5 eye drops, woo. As a high level character, it takes him a long time to level, and when he does his level ups are pretty insignificant, because he already comes pretty strong, but apparently they changed it in this game and maybe tried to make him a little bit more balanced. I don't know. I'm not too worried about it. Alright, so here's this battle here. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to try something here. You're going to disagree with it probably, but I'm going to try it anyway. Give him Osmos, because Osmos takes forever. Alright, Fang Shell. Didn't get shit for that, did we? Just to see if this is a way to grind too. I'll find out in a minute. I mean, this isn't a great way to grind because, in theory, you can find yourself kind of at the mercy of the game because you're going to take damage. You have to heal that damage somehow. So let's just see what happens. Does he break? Let's see if we attack him and does he bring him back? If he does, this is a strategy for quick level grinding. Yeah, he does. Alright, let's end the fight. Try to reduce some of them. Booyah! So we got 299 last time, 281. I don't think it helps. Let's not do this anymore. And I don't think that it really builds up like you would think. Re-raise and summon are different elements, so... Okay, so now that we've kind of got that to an understanding, we know how to tackle this fight outright. Always thunder the amoeba separately. And to save time, guys, I'm going to start skipping some of the battles for you because the battles don't change right now. When we get to the next section of the dungeon, we start seeing them change. I will show you the new battles as they become relevant. Oh, no, so we do get XP. Okay, I take that back. Every time they get re-raised, we do get XP out of it. Sweet, I guess. I'm using the map because this place is laid out very differently than some of the other places in the game. All right. Let's keep moving. So, like I said, I'm not going to show all the battles because you've seen them. Usually, I'll show you a good chunk of battles just so you get an idea of these fights, but I think it's better to not show them all. Alright. Let's keep moving here. Ether. And this fight, yet again. Alright. Iridia levels up. I want to say I'm doing this wrong, but yeah. So we didn't want to be over here yet. Still want to check that upper area. I don't think outright you can check the entire map yet, but we'll be able to get most of it sorted out here. So here's what I'm going to do in this fight. Let's use Osmosis on one of these fuckers. Ow! There we go. See if we can get some MP out of these tiny mages. There we go. That's one of the perks of Tellah, is he does have a very deep set of magical pockets. Let's have him cure the party. I don't think she has it, so she's not going to be doing that at all. Okay. I figured it was worth the risk of Redia just to get kind of healed back up here. And then Cecil can take out this Sahagin. So I wanted to show that to you as a strategy. Of all the enemies in here that you can Osmos, the one that's only worth the effort is the Tiny Mage. Because you'll get, obviously, full MP from that guy early on in the game. You should be able to get full MP. Alright, let's actually do this the right way. There we go. Up we go. And another one of these. And so there's pretty much how you get out of it. Like I said, don't use Ridia's magic unless you absolutely have to, because of that very reason. Whereas Tellah can recover MP. I'm sorry, I keep saying I'm going to cut battles out, and here we are going through a battle. I didn't think it would take that long. And it really didn't, but whatever. And we get a potion. Pozione! It looks like we've uncovered everything there is to uncover on this side of the map currently. And anything that doesn't die will die through Tellah. Because we can just burn through his MP. Because we're about to get to a safe point and get a free rest. And you know, free rests are your friends. Alright, so down and around. And I would say, before you go and kind of recover that MP, so to speak, I would literally exploit all the MP you currently have. So, if anything, I'll pick a fight with those other enemies, and then kind of that enemy, the amoeba and friends, and kind of make that fight go on for a while or something. Something to burn through our MP really quickly. Let's just see here. See what kind of fight we can get into. You see, I have no qualms in burning MP. Come on. And you may as well, too. You know, here we go. So what I'll do, and I'll explain this. I'll pause this. I'll explain this. I'm going to keep killing the killer shells until there's none left, and then when MP gets low, I'll end the battle. We'll see you guys after I do that. Really quick, the amoeba ran, so that's not a good strategy. I take back what I said, because the little bastard ran from the fight because he knew he was getting his ass kicked. So we'll just fight around here until MP gets low, and then we'll go and continue on. Okay, so Ridia leveled again, yay! And I learned how to move stuff around in their magic list. It took a little fiddling with, but it actually worked. Also, one of the tiny mages dropped a rod, which is way better than the staff. Yeah, I'll take the rod any day. Okay, you know what? That didn't come out right when I thought about it, okay? Anywho, we'll replace rod, and I'll show you guys how to do this. Go into attack, items, rod, and there. We've replaced attack with rod. And that's how you go about doing that. To move magic around, you have to find the spell in question, hold the button down, and then you see a second arrow appear, and you just move it to wherever you want. So, there you go. That's how you get all that done. I was really concerned because I couldn't quite figure it out at first, and it was starting to kind of annoy me because I couldn't figure it out, so. Anywho.
We can rest here. The magic field cast by these circles keeps monsters at bay. Remain within and you are safe. You can use tents and cottages and even safe within these circles. We'll use my tent here. We need to recover our strength before we face that beast.
You don't say. Some fucking tent, old man. Fucking sitting on hay. I used that to wipe my ass.
Asleep already. She must have been exhausted. That child, where is she from?
She's from the summoner. She is a summoner from the village O Mist.
Indeed. Then my eyes were not mistaken. She has great potential. With practice and training, she should be able to master many spells. Such a darling little face, too. She reminds me of my Anna, when she was young.
Your daughter?
My one and only. Deceived by some wandering bard and whisked away to Damsine. All because I refused to give them my blessing.
What a fucking dick, brah.
And you? What need drives you to Damsine?
A friend of mine is suffering from desert fever in Kaipo.
I see. And you seek a sand pearl? Then haste drives you as well. Even my magic could not avail you against the foe you face.
This monster of the lake, what manner of creature is it?
A vicious one with 8 massive wreathing tentacles. It violates Asian girls to no restraint. But if we were able to save your friend in my honor, we must find a way to slay it. I pray these premonitions of mine are only an old man's fretting, but if they prove true, our time is short. And I need a new change of pounce.
Alright. Best be on our way indeed. So let's make a save, because saving is your friend. And just make sure... Okay. Making sure the recording is actually recording. And overwrite previous save. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, Rooney. Okay, so let's keep moving. There's no secrets or anything you need to worry about here. Let's just keep moving on. Alright, and we're almost done with this map, which is good, because it'll give us some free items. I'm not sure what, but it'll give us some free... Ah, fuck. Give you some free fuck? No! Just, ah, fuck. So now it doesn't really mean Tellah needs to blaze his spells out and about that much, because now with Rod, her and Redia are going to do pretty consistent damage without having to burn through MP. And you can see Redia's MP is actually still accruing. It's still getting bigger. Accruing is not really the word for that. But yeah, it's still getting more and more upon more. So let's see here. Just gotta kill this little bastard. I keep saying I'm gonna skip fights, and yet here I am. I keep forgetting. I'll make sure we skip the next one. Here's hoping, right? Alright. Oh shit, I want that. We'll make sure that it gets that side of the map too. Okay, we get the ice rod. Let's give that to Redia. And before you move on, I believe you have to change the abilities too. Yep, see, it goes away, so... Item, ice rod. It's an extra step. It doesn't bother or bug me that much, but I'm pretty sure there's some people who wouldn't take kindly to having their game altered. Blah. So anyway, at least you saw how to do it here, so it shouldn't be too hard. Alright, let's keep moving. And how are we health-wise? Because we did have to take the fucking hit of all those mages. We're actually not doing so bad. Alright, so new enemy can spawn here. I believe it is the Gigantoads, I think they're called. Okay, hold on. Let me go this way first. And speak of the devil. Now, Gigantoads are not huge fans of ice, so ice magic is a pretty easy way to kill them off quickly. Redia's ice staff is also going to help, or ice rod is going to also help with that. And you can see they can also turn characters into toads, as Tellah is now frogaliciously froggish. Asuna, or casting Toad on the character who has been toaded, is an easy fix. As you can see, though, characters can't really do much while in Toad form. So easy, and Tellah doesn't have Toad, so he'd have to use Asuna, and he really can't right now. So let's just kill this boss, this enemy, and then we'll cure it out of battle here. There we go. And that way you can see the frog victory dance. He's raising the roof! He's actually, technically, he's raising the ribbit. Alright. How ribbiting. Just kill me now. Alright, let's go ahead and sort. And we'll use Redia's magic to cure Toad with Toad, because Toad is cheap. It's not actually, no, it's 10 MP. Fuck that. We'll use that Maiden's Kiss instead. Where is it? Where is it? Where? No, really, where the fuck is it? We just picked it up. Oh, it's there. There it is. Yeah, being a Toad, you can't do anything except regular attacks. You can't even use item weapons when you're in Toad form, and it's very restrictive. So you definitely don't want to be in Toad form unless you gotta. Let's do Thunder on the amoeba. We're gonna have to heal out of battle too. We've taken way too much damage from the last two battles dealing with being turned into a frog. Anyway, we'll be right back. Alright, let's keep huffing it here. I don't know if I want to go that way. Wait a minute. Hold on. that worked. So this is another enemy combination you might see. But now that we have the ice rod, I'm not too hyper concerned about it. So I think we went the wrong way. The door leads out, so let's go the other way. I didn't mean to go that way. We actually want to get the items here. Alright, and Cecil hit level 20. That was a good thing. Let's go back this way. Like an idiot, I went the wrong way. Go figure. Alright, money. Delicious, glorious money. And a bomb fragment, which is like in-use battle item. Alright, and I'm missing like 1% somewhere. And I don't quite see where on the map I'm missing it. Usually if you're missing like 1%, it's because you are just barely not touching an area. Running, running, running. Keep Cecil running. Run fast. I'm not sure where we missed the spot, so let's just check over here. These, oh, I see it. It's at the bottom right corner there of the map. We didn't get to. So let's do that now. You can see it right there. There we go. You'd think, you know, just that little bit, and then the game gives you the fucking finger. We get 3/10 for our trouble. Alright, and Tellah leveled up. Fucking sweet! Let's keep moving. So let's head up and over and out. Alright, let's see here. So there's another enemy two enemies that are new that float around here. So when we run into them, we'll show them off. Okay. Nothing over here. Ah, here's a new enemy. Surprisingly, the Toadger is actually, let's see. Oh yeah, he's much weaker than the other Toad. The other Toads. Before, Cecil could not one-shot the regular Toads. So, to give you an idea, they're not very strong. And to remind you why Tellah should have the staff is there, or the rod is there. You go, 271 damage out of that. He hits pretty hard with rods. All right, let's keep moving here. Figure I show you that fight. The Toadger is a weird enemy because he's not stronger, but you won't see him in the. I don't think you see him spawn in the past room. At least not in the DS version. So it's just weird that they make a harder enemy spawn that way. Now, there's a secret passage. I'm gonna leave the map up for this so you can see. That leads you all the way around. Kind of this long way around through this shadowed area. Alright, let's keep moving. So, sorry if this is a longer episode. I showed a lot more random battles than I probably needed to. Usually I just show you every configuration that the enemies try to come in and then figure it out from there. Alright. There we go. So we complete the map, and we get 3 Phoenix Downs for our trouble. Sweet. And we get a feathered cap, which we put on Redia. If you didn't buy a leather cap in town, then obviously give Tellah the leather cap now. Though it's trivial, really. I like giving it to him early on. That extra bit of defense, really helps. All right, let's keep moving. So now we gotta head back the way we came. So we'll use the mini-map to help us do that. And head on out. And then another battle. Yeah! And Redia levels again. Fucking sweet. Alright, sometimes going the wrong way does pay off. As we get an ether. And Zeus's Wrath, that's a lightning item that you can hold on to. You may even choose or feel the need to use it in the upcoming boss fight. I don't think you'll need to, but just something to keep in mind. Alright, let's go this way. Alright. Turn into frogs in that fight. We'll head south first to see what's down there. And here is a new set of enemies, zombies. Now this needs a little bit of explanation as we're getting the shit kicked out of us. Zombies are a little special. They're the only enemy that we've faced that's not really weak to anything Redia can do. However, Tellah is strong to them, and Cecil isn't very resilient to them either. Cecil uses dark weapons, which they're not weak to darkness. They're actually very immune to it. So fire is usually the way to go in that fight. So there's one of the other enemies, just for your, in case you were pondering why show that, you know. Oh, you know what? I forgot to go down. I forgot to go down all the way down this way. Like a fucking idiot. So there's that battle. Alright, let's keep moving. Okay, then we needed it for the map. That's the only reason we went down there. For our map credit. Street cred! Alright, let's keep going. There's still more stuff to find here. Some of it pretty decent stuff, too. Speaking of this decent stuff, the Shadow Blade. That is an immediate sword upgrade for Cecil, which doubles his attack, and increases his accuracy, I believe. Let's keep moving. And as we get the Bronze Hourglass. Now, I don't think there's any more items here, but we do have more map to reveal. There we go. And we get ether for our trouble. Delicious ether. Tastes like chicken! On the road again! Oh, shit. Totally got poisoned and I didn't think about it. Antidote, antidote. There's my antidote. So zombies, as you can see, can poison you. Alright, let's keep moving. Up, 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 and away. This is a pretty long dungeon compared to some of the other ones in the game.
From here, we must travel outside for a time. The monster dwells at the base of the waterfall beyond. It may be wise to look at porno and to pitch another tent outside and rest before we face him.
So tell us, this is like, see, what's interesting is this is like a little tutorial about how you should kind of approach everything going on. And in a sense, it makes a lot of sense because it doesn't feel like a tutorial, which is nice. It just seems like he's giving you some pretty simple advice. Alright, so now that we're outdoors, there's just a little cave a little further along that we're going to get to in just a moment here. Alright, and we'll use our tent. A tent, we have many tents. Oh yeah, my shitty ass tent, biatch. Look at my tent. Look at it! Pinch that tent hardcore. Alright, and so this is a great place to also save as well. And this is going to bring us to the end of the episode. Kind of, I felt like I wasted some of the time doing the battles. I really do feel like I wasted some of the time in battles, but no worries whatsoever. We made it through just fine. And when we come back, we will find out what the creature is at the waterfall. And we're going to try to whoop his ass! But you never know, he might whoop ours instead. I want to thank you guys for stopping by. I am your host, the RPG Guy, and we will see you next time. Check out my website at www.jacktarstudios.com, which I keep forgetting to update because I'm a lazy-ass bastard trying to get shit done. And check out my Twitch at www.twitch.tv/JackTartStudios. Love to see you there for the RPG Guy show and the Chairman of the Board show as well. Thank you guys for stopping by. We'll see you next time. Bye! Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Please take a moment to check out more episodes from the RPG Guy, Tuesday Night Team Up, and more. And please subscribe. Always support the channels you enjoy watching, and while you're at it, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. Keep on gaming hard. See you next time.